Hello, hello, it's Maria. I'm a reporter here with WDW Magazine, here to take you on another magical escape. Tonight I am coming to you from the lobby of Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter, where I'm about to embark on a Walt Disney World wide tour of the different Halloween snacks and drinks that they're offering here in 2025. I'm kicking things off here, though, at the French Quarter for some very, very special beignets. So without further ado, I'm going to go check out what the line is like and get us started on this tour. Let's go. You can grab these beignets in the Scat Cats Club Cafe here at French Quarter. Lots of times this line can be really, really long, but it looks like I'm in luck tonight. Not too bad here. I was really in luck here tonight at French Quarter because I've been here several times to get the beignets, and oftentimes there's a really long line, so to be able to walk up like that was awesome. The Ghoulish beignets took not even 5 minutes to come out. They came out piping hot, and the interesting thing about these is they are the same beignet that you would get in the regular traditional, which they still do sell, of course, all through Halloween season. You can just get their regular beignet offerings during the Halloween time too. These are those at the base, but then they roll them in that chocolate flavor and then top it with the marshmallow cream and the purple frosting, and everything about this combination just elevates the beignets here. These are kind of more like a donut when they add all of this kind of stuff on top of it. To me, that gives me more donut vibes maybe than a traditional beignet vibe, especially with all of these Halloween toppings on it. But it really does make them taste really different than the traditional beignets, even though, like I said, they are the same base. It's really a different flavor. Cookies and cream fans would really like these because they were served piping hot. The frosting and the marshmallow really melted over our order here tonight and were so yummy on every single bite. These are dense beignets tonight coming out of French Quarter. Really, really thick and dense beignets. You get 3 in the order, and they're perfect for sharing. You can always, of course, eat them all to yourself. They really do go down easily. They're really, really good. This is a very high bar to start off this Halloween treats crawl here at French Quarter. These are really, really delicious. If you get them served hot like this, I would recommend eating them here at French Quarter instead of taking them if you can. They have both indoor and outdoor seating. I really like sitting outside here, but unfortunately it's raining tonight. But they have a great indoor seating area too. Definitely suggest eating them and enjoying them right when they come out of the fryer, because they're at their best and they are really, really tasty. So let's on to the next. I'm here at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort at Pineapple Lanai for stop number 2 on this tour. This is usually a place where you stop to get your traditional Dole Whip. Here it's a place you can get it outside of the theme parks here at the Polynesian. They still have their classic menu, but today I am here for something that they do not always have. I've got 3 total stops on this Halloween treats tour. This is stop number 2. I'm here at the Polynesian to get their Halloween-themed Dole Whip. This year they are offering a pumpkin spice twist on the Dole Whip offerings here. I had to come here to get that. I am a big Dole Whip fan personally, and I know so many folks are too, so I thought it's a great one to give a shot this year. The thing about this, though, is this is not only a Dole Whip soft serve, it also has graham cracker crumbs and a coconut haupia, I think is how you say it. I actually had to look up what that was. I didn't know what that was. What it is, apparently, according to Google, is it is a coconut milk that is mixed with some kind of a thickener, like a cornstarch, and then it's frozen. So that's what it is. Coconut milk and a thickener, and then it is sprinkled with graham cracker crumbs, and then the pumpkin spice Dole Whip is on top of all of that. So the idea is to dig down and really get down into it. My first bite of this was just the Dole Whip only, and it really doesn't give me strong pumpkin spice flavor. When I think of that, I think of like the traditional like nutmeg, clove, what you'd put into a pumpkin pie, essentially the spices for that. This really just gave me a little bit of a hint of cinnamon, not overwhelmingly pumpkin spice whatsoever. When I dug down into it though, definitely gave me more of an ice cream cake overall vibe, because I think because ice cream cakes are made with graham cracker crusts usually, and the graham cracker crumbs in this kind of gave me that same flavor profile, so it reminded me of an ice cream cake. The coconut added a bit of a sweetness to it, the haupia in the bottom, but it wasn't an overwhelming flavor, and it really wasn't a frozen texture to me. So I don't know if it wasn't kept frozen here or if they did it as more of like a moussey, puddingy texture. That was at the very bottom. Altogether, I really couldn't distinguish a lot of the coconut on its own, which I think was a good thing, because I think it would have been overpowering if there was any more to it than there was. Overall, I thought this was okay, so I'm interested for sure to move on to stop number 3. Destination number 3 on this tour is here at Disney Springs. Well, this is my final destination technically. I am stopping at 3 different locations within Disney Springs to try 3 more Halloween-themed treats. The first stop on my Halloween tour of Disney Springs is here at Jock Lindsey's, technically Halloween bar here for the Halloween season. They have completely decked out the interior here, full of Halloween decorations. It's almost giving me like Christmas at Halloween vibes atmosphere in here. That's how heavy they went on the Halloween. They even have the giant Halloween glow molds, like hard plastic that you put lights in that light up on like old school porches like you'd see at Christmas. Decorations all throughout here. It's kitschy, it's goofy, it is, I really think, absolutely perfect for the Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar theming in here. It's really, really awesome. They also have a menu that is themed to Halloween too. I am thirsty this afternoon, so I opted to grab one of the drinks off this Halloween menu. However, they also have an awful lot of food on this menu too, but I opted to go with the Cauldron Cooler cocktail this afternoon here. It features Hendrick's Gin, Domaine de Canton ginger liqueur, lemon juice, simple syrup, and butterfly pea extract. Very, very cool presentation on this drink overall. Looks really cool. I like that it's in 2 separate little containers and you can pour them together to combine them. I am very excited to do just that and give this a taste. The Cauldron Cooler. Let's begin with it. The really cool thing about this is when you poured it together, it changed color as I combined the pea extract, that's what came on the side of this drink, with the part that came in the beaker. The presentation on this, honestly, 10 out of absolute 10, with the beaker and the test tube. Very Halloween, very like Dr. Frankenstein's lab vibes on the presentation of it for sure. I asked for a straw because he said, make sure you mix it together. So I asked for a straw, I combined the 2 of the things together, and I drank it with a straw, and I drank it just from the beaker itself to see if my ratio was correct on both, and I had stirred it up enough, and I definitely was correct because the first thing you taste in this drink is gin. It is gin forward. If you don't like gin, first of all, it's an ingredient in the drink, so you should probably like gin if you're getting it, but you really should like gin to get this because it's the first thing that you taste. I really taste all of the ingredients in this individually. There's ginger in this, there's lemon in this, there's pea extract in this, gin is in this. All of those are very earthy things that usually don't have a lot of natural sweetness to them, like ginger, lemon, peas. They don't have natural sweetness to them as what they are, right? So the fact that they included all of these ingredients with a gin, I thought might be too overpowering. It's very alcohol and gin forward, but I think the earthiness of all of those things combined is what really makes this good. It's very heavy on the alcohol. The simple syrup does cut it a little bit. It does have a little bit of sweetness to it too. It's not just like drinking straight gin at all. I can actually taste each individual ingredient, which is not something that can be said for a lot of the drinks here at Walt Disney World. So if you like the sounds of all the different ingredients and want a really fun presentation in an awesome environment, the environment in here is fantastic. Definitely come visit the Halloween bar here at Jock Lindsey's. Very fun atmosphere, environment overall. There are several other drinks on the list here if this one doesn't appeal to you or what you usually like. There are much sweeter options on the menu too. So there are plenty for everybody here, including food if you are underage or not someone who is into alcohol. Definitely come in to Jock Lindsey's. This is a highlight so far of the tour. Cheers. I am here in Amorette's Patisserie for the next stop on my tour. This one is a pure dessert, if you couldn't already guess by the fact that I'm in Amorette's Patisserie. Amorette's has a slew of Halloween-themed desserts this year, and in true Amorette's Patisserie fashion, if you've ever been in here before, you will know that every single dessert is made by hand here from scratch. A lot of times it is made right in front of you as the guest. When you walk in here, you can actually see them making a lot of the desserts a lot, which I absolutely love. Every dessert that they make in here, Halloween themed or not, that I've ever seen has been absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. I got the Ghost Entremet dessert here this afternoon here at Disney Springs. It is a brownie topped with a house-made mousse. It is covered with an orange piece of fondant that is decorated to look like a ghost. Again, it is so cute and in the perfect Halloween theme and color scheme here for Halloween time at Walt Disney World Resort. I cut into this one. The cross section looked fantastic, and on first taste, I'm so pleased to report that the flavor really did match up to exactly what it looked like. The brownie is really, really dense in this one, and they are kept at temperature here. They're not necessarily refrigerated, but they are kept at the temperature that the air-conditioned room is at, so it almost tastes a little bit cold because it is such a warm day outside here today. The mousse also was a little bit on the cold side, which I really liked too. It held its shape. The two of these things together, that dense brownie paired with the cool, really lightness of this mousse, added a fantastic creamy texture to it. I love brownies. And the fact that this brownie was as dense and moist and rich as it was made me fall in love with this dessert immediately. Pair it with the creaminess of the mousse and the fact that it was all a little bit cool. I really, really enjoyed this dessert here. And the fact that it was Halloween themed and looked as cute as it was only added to the overall appeal of it here. This was far from the only Halloween dessert that they had here. They have a Dr. Facilier mini cake. They've got a really cute looking zero cream puff, which it's still very early in the Halloween season. I think I'll personally be back to try that zero cream puff. That looked really, really cute. Overall, looks-wise, the desserts look great here at Amorette's, and everything that I've ever had here, and I'm very pleased to report, no exception being the Ghost Entremet brownie mousse here this afternoon. Everything has always been fantastic. This was absolutely no exception, and I really can't wait for the next round of seasonal treats that they debut here at Amorette's. Always a knockout of the park. They did it again this Halloween season. Okay, so technically I had one more stop coming up on this little Halloween tour here. My plan was to head into Erin McKenna's to try one of the vegan and gluten-free bakery treats in there that they have listed for their Halloween menu. Nowhere on their website did it say when it started. So when I was here, this was actually the other day at this point, when I was here the other day at Jock, Lindsey's and at Amorette's, I popped into Erin McKenna's and they told me at the time of the video, it was the very end of August, they said by September we're going to have these Halloween treats. So I waited till September 2nd, that is today. I came back, still nothing. Now they told me that they're not going to have any of the Halloween things until October. Until this past weekend, they didn't have any dates listed anywhere as to when they would have these things. It does now say on Walt Disney World website that they will have it as of October 1st. The same goes for Gideon's. Gideon's still does not have their Halloween cookies and their Halloween things in as well. So I'm telling you this and saying this because if your visit happens to fall during the month of September before October hits, a lot of the treats that you may have seen online that you probably already checked out and have on your list now have updated dates as to when they'll be available. So make sure that you double check that, especially if there's something that your heart is set on. Make sure that they're still going to have it when you are here. A lot of the dates, like I said, have recently been added to the Walt Disney World website. They were not listed when these treats were first announced, so if you already did your Halloween browsing, you might want to check back. So the fact that I couldn't make it to Erin McKenna's was a little disappointing, but I was able to have 4 different Halloween themed things here across Walt Disney World so far this year. So I'm going to rank them in order of what was my least favorite all the way up to my favorite, and I'm going to do it in like 3 different tiers here. So I want to start things off with that pumpkin spice Dole Whip. That was my least favorite thing that I had of all of the stops. In my opinion, those flavors really didn't go well together at all. The coconut that was on the bottom was a little bit odd in texture. The graham cracker crumbs I thought added a nice crunch, and the Dole Whip itself was slightly cinnamon flavored. Overall, it just didn't come together. That is in the bottom tier all on its own. Number 2 tier, I'm going to put 2 things in that tier. First, I am going to put the little ghost that I got from Amorette's on the brownie with the mousse. That was absolutely delicious. It really went together flavor-wise and texture-wise too, which is really important in a dessert. I thought that it was great that it was served a little bit chilled so that the mousse almost had a cold ice cream-like consistency to it. It was a cookies and cream over a brownie, 2 really approachable and really delicious, delicious flavors. The only reason this is not ranking in the number 1 tier, the one and only reason, is simply because if you don't like mousse, probably is not a dessert for you. It definitely has that moussey consistency that I know can put some people off. So if you're not a mousse person or that's not your style of dessert, you probably would not like it. However, I really, really liked it and honestly probably will go back for that again or recommend it to friends who are looking for Halloween treats here around Walt Disney World this year. Also landing in that middle tier, in the high middle tier though, was the drink from Jock Lindsey's Halloween Bar. Jock Lindsey's Halloween Bar in and of itself is honestly in a tier of its own. It is themed to the max in there. It looks absolutely incredible. I am planning on going back simply for the vibes of being in there again this Halloween season because it really, really is fun. They have several other drinks on the menu too, definitely that I would try. But that drink in and of itself, first of all, had that really fun presentation in the beaker with the test tube that I poured into the beaker, that it changed the drink's color. I mean, come on, that gets a lot of points just for that. But the fact that this mixed drink absolutely had a lot of gin in it. And after I drank that drink, like usually I can have 2 drinks, you know, before I'd really feel any type of anything. I had that 1 drink and I could tell that a second one really would have taken me out. So they did not skimp on the alcohol on that whatsoever, which is a huge plus. And I really enjoyed the earthy flavors of it. If you're a sweet drink person, and this isn't, again, why it's not maybe in that top tier, you have to really like gin. You have to really like alcohol and the flavor of alcohol and not the flavor of mixers and sweeteners to like that one. There was a woman who actually got it at the table next to me and she's like, oh my gosh, it's so gin, it's so overpowering. I loved that about it, but she was saying that as a negative, so it depends on what you like in a drink. I do not like sweet drinks. I am not a sweet drink person whatsoever, so the fact that I was really able to taste the gin and the earthy flavors in that one ranked it very high on my list. And finally, coming in at my number 1 treat, I started off with those beignets, and they maintained their number 1 spot on my list through to this very final ranking. Do not miss your chance to head over to Port Orleans French Quarter to grab the Halloween beignets this year. I love them. They are rolled in a like cookies and cream, chocolate on the outside. They have frosting on them. I think pretty much anybody would like these. I don't think you have to have a refined palate or like certain things to like these. The fact that they were served piping hot and I ate them right there at the French Quarter only added to them. They were really dense beignets too. And like I said in the video, they almost gave me more of like a donut vibe when I was eating them, but really fantastic. They are in the top tier all on their own. Do not miss the chance to get those. And that is going to do it for me on this tour of Walt Disney World for the Halloween treats in this 2025 season. If you're coming to Walt Disney World Resort this fall, are you planning on trying any of the treats that we got in this video? If so, leave a comment. Let us know which one you're most excited to get, or would you get something else? Comment and let us know if you'd choose something different too. A reminder that this and all of our videos are brought to you by WDW Magazine. Link is down in the video description to subscribe. Thank you again for following along with me here this Halloween season. Again, my name is Maria, and I will see you in the next Magical Escape.
Start your WDW Magazine membership and escape to Walt Disney World every single month. This large format glossy magazine is filled with tips, secrets, history, and so much more. Become a member and don't miss another month of magic.